Here we are for the fourth race of the final Gatorade Cup Series season as we head to the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas for the running of the Nationwide 400, a track which has been on the schedule for every season. This is the 24th race we've had at the Texas Motor Speedway, and we'll see who's crowned the final winner here at Texas in the Gatorade Cup Series. Diego Yepez in the 13 has pole for today's race. Who's outside in second? The 10 is Ross McMarola. Then in third place, it's Jose Mills. In fourth, we have Levi Shones, and rounding out the top five, Jonathan Beeford in the 24. Starting in sixth place, we have Derek Hamill. In seventh, it's last season's winner here, Jake Galloway. Then Noah Clifton starts in eighth. In ninth place, it's Griffin Lynn. And Eli Bright, the 88, a past winner here, completes the top 10. Back by the way, we have Marshall Burrow, the 21, who's inside Sebastian Kukulon in the 42. Then there's Andrew Miller in the 38 and the 18 of Chris Jericho. Then we have the 9 of Jeff Wright and the 95 of Conrad Evans, with Keyshawn Richardson and the 53 of Jay Brando. Then we have Riley Spurley Tube and the 77 of Anderson Reed, with Max Rossi the 20 and the 48 of Anthony Hernandez. Then there's Jordan Stout and the 3 of Malachi Rodriguez. TJ the Texan Hanley has never won at his home track, is today the day in his final start at his home track, and who's outside the 62 of Farrett Longwell. Then we have Luke Rennie the 2 and the 41 of Keegan Thompson, with Antonin Charles and Ryan Wilson in the 32. Then we have Riley Sampson and Laura Chung, with Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and the 11 of Evan Hunter. Then there's Max Anderson and Bibi Ruiz, the 1 of Justin Zidell and the 6 Samet Oskin. Then Code Luigi and Bron Siminik, and in the final row, last race winner Zachary DeLello, who's outside in last place. Top 5 finisher at Denver, Brandon Beal in car number 14. There's the 42 car field for racing at the Texas Motor Speedway in the Nationwide 400. Let's go down track to fire these cars up.
Drivers, start your engines.
You only have front man to take out once you get everything.
42 cars fire their engines for 41 laps here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Diego Yepez, Ross McMarola will lead the field to the green flag in the 13 and the 10. But the history of the Texas Motor Speedway and the Gatorade Cup Series so massive. Think back to season 10 when we had the doubleheader here. Jay Jefferson winning and a photo finish dead tie by 0.000 seconds. The closest Gatorade Cup Series finish. Think back to the rivalry of Eli Bright Trevor All-Star here at Texas. And think about the crazy crashes like we saw last season with Michael Gregory in car number 1. What will happen here in the final Texas race in the Gatorade Cup Series? We'll find out. 41 laps, green flag in the air. Down the back straight, already climbing up to speed for Yepez and Mills. They clear first and second. Jonathan Beeford now wants second. He looks to the inside, the 47 of Mills, as they race through 3 and 4, getting right to the quarter panel. This is a trouble spot off turn 4. They make it to work on the first lap. A little bit through wide further back. The front 3 get clear single file, and now 3 wide with Eli Bright up top in the 88. Down in the middle, Marshall Burrow. Down low, Keyshawn Richardson. And behind them, even more through wide forwards with Reed shooting to the middle. And up front, they're 3 wide. 2 teammates in the middle of it. 4 of Shones and the 10 of McMarola. They're all trying to sort it as they work through 3 and 4. Eli Bright on the outside here. This 3 wide as they're kind of shoving up. Eli's going to try and keep it out of the wall here and keep it out of the cars on his inside. They all do a great job. They make it the second lap. And it's still Diego Yepez leading the way in the 13. Narrowly missed out on a win last race at Denver. Jake Galloway, the winner here last season, going to the inside of Jonathan Beeford for second place. Yepez climbs the banking but keeps the spot. Griffin in the 36 on the inside, getting a nice run from Kukulon and Jericho behind. Still looking 3 wide back further, just outside the top 10. Now it's Richards in the middle, Hamill up top, and Marshall Burrow down low. So a little bit of a change of positions there for these drivers. As they race off turn number 4, close together, but they make it work. We have one in the grass, actually. A great save right there by Longwell and Antonin Charles. Could have easily been an accident between those two, but they saved their cars. They keep it going straight. We're still green, but the back of this pack definitely chaotic as cars trying to get to the front as quick as possible. Back up to the front. Still Yepez leading. Still the battle for second between Beeford and Galloway. This time Beeford takes it back away for Jake Galloway, and he's up to second now off the corner. Oh, around the goal in the back. We have a spin towards the back of the field. The yellow will come out for the first time. Code Luigi, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Brandon Beal all involved. Tough break for those 3. The yellow is out. Evan Hunter also has damage in the 11 car. And it looks like the field is racing back around to the first yellow flag of the day. Diego Yepes with the lead. The battle for second. Lynn, Jericho, and Buford go at it. The battle for second now. Jericho and Lynn as they race. Drag race. The caution flag. Jericho's second over Griffin Lynn. Kukulon also there. So the field takes the yellow on lap number 6 with the 13 of Yepes leading every lap so far from pole position. But it looks like it was about 3-4 cars involved in this wreck towards the back of the field, including 2 of the Rick Ware cars. Fitzwater, Luigi, and Brandon Bill get the worst of it. Let's go see what happened. The first yellow flag is out here at Texas. Here's the reason for the first yellow flag of the day in the Nationwide 400. Not as crazy as we saw last season with some of the crashes, but 34-minute almost into the wall, checks up. Fitzwater gets in the side of him, gets down to his teammate Cole Luigi. They spin around. Sampson narrowly misses heavy contact. Hunter gets hit pretty hard right there, and Brandon Bill collected nowhere to go, so the 54 slipped the racetrack. So 3 cars get the worst damage. A 4th car of Evan Hunter did get some side and rear end damage. So we'll have to see how that affects his car, obviously, but yeah, just Minnick a little bit too high, had to lift, and Fitzwater got into the side of him, spun him down into Cole Luigi, and then Luigi comes up, gets Brandon Beal. Fitzwater came up and got Evan Hunter. Fortunately for Sampson, he was somehow able to get away in the 16, who's done a very consistent job at the start of the season. He narrowly missed that crash and got away without any major damage. And that one is the 13th. Diego Yepes currently leads. He's led every lap so far from pole position, but now new challengers like Jericho, Lynn, and Kukulon come to battle at the front of the field, the Nationwide 400 at the Texas Motor Speedway. The lights are out atop the pace car. Will go green on lap number 10 here in the Nationwide 400 at Texas. The 13th Yepes still leading the way over Jericho and Lynn. No cars retired from that, but the 4 cars at the back, Fitzwater, Luigi, Hunter, Beal, had damage. They all came down pit road, so we'll see how that plays into this race. How slow will they be is the question. How bad is their damage is another question. They're there at the back, did a great job repairing the 11 car of Hunter. Can't really tell he has much damage on that car. Cole Luigi, Brandon Beal also did some pretty good repairs on those cars, but Fitzwater definitely got the worst of it. They couldn't repair their car as good as the 3 cars behind, so we'll see how slow the 51 is in relation to the 54 and how good the 11 is compared to everyone else in the field. So it's the 13th Yepes leading every lap so far. Chris Jericho in 2nd, Griffin Lynn in 3rd, Kukulon in 4th, and Buford in 5th. They have Galloway 6th, Mills 7th, Miller's 8th, Jeff Bright is currently up to 9th, and Noah Clifton completes the top 10 in the 00. Restart right here, first one of the night. Green flag in the air. Diego Yepes with a nice jump over Jericho. It looks like he spun the tires, and Lynn is on a run. He'll go to the inside for 2nd place. Great restart for Griffin Lynn as they work through 1 and 2. The Season 6 champion easily clears for 2nd place. Now Kukulon wants his look at Chris Jericho off the corner. Down the back straightaway, then he'll go to the inside for 3rd place. John Buford looking to go with him. Galloway shuffled out by Jose Mills as the front 2 try to get away. Lynn trying to run down Yepes for the first challenge for the lead of the day. But still Yepes controlling this lead. He leads lap number 10. He's led 10 of the 41 laps so far in this race. Kukulon up to 3rd, now being challenged by the 24 of Jonathan Buford. The front 2 climb the banking. Jose Mills looking. Andrew Miller is looking. Jeff Bright and others behind. Kukulon trying to clear in 3rd and will do so with a great push from Jericho up top. Jericho's teammate Galloway behind trying to push, but can't get clear. The 24 of Buford as they'll look 3 wide through 3 and 4. Mills stepping out, possibly in the 47. They come off the corner, but the 24 stays clear of the 47 for now. A little bit 3 wide. Eli Bright put in the middle. The 88 just a little bit further back, just outside the top 10. Way up the track for Yepes, and Lynn has a shot to the inside. The first battle for the lead. Here comes Griffin Lynn, the Season 6 champion, going for the lead at Texas. He has Kukulon coming with him. The 36 now out in front in the Nationwide 400. But here comes Kukulon at the run through 3 and 4. He'll get looking low. Is he? There he is. But Griffin Lynn's going to lead this lap in the 36. Lynn with the lead. Now Kukulon for the lead. Winner at Michigan, looking for 2nd in 4 races. He gets a little tight underneath Griffin Lynn, but stays beneath them. 3 wide for 4th place. To the inside, Andrew Miller looking on Mills and Buford. Almost some contact between those 3. Getting a little intense here at the front of the field. These drivers racing very aggressively after that first yellow. 3 wide behind Levi Schoens puts the 2 JGR teammates to the top. And almost collided with them off the corner right there. Schoens has had a scary crash here in the past, so he knows what it's like to crash big and flip hard here at Texas, but he's not afraid of this track any more than he would be any other time. 3 wide, Noah Clifton looking inside for 3rd place. Kukulon clears Lynn, but the crossover gets the 36 back down to the bottom, and Lynn's teammate Andrew Miller up to 3rd, and it's chaos stacked up on the front 5. They are 3 by 3. Mills has to lift. Buford has to lift. They all keep it out of other cars for now. This is like a lid ready to boil over on a pot. I mean, this is chaotic stuff here at the front of the field. Lynn back out in front, leading again. But his teammate Miller's a run to the inside 36 run at the racetrack. Miller for the race lead on his teammate Griffin Lynn, and he'll get down to the inside. And Jericho goes 3 wide to the bottom on Galloway and Yepez. It's chaos at the front of the field. They're gonna hit. They put Yepez into the wall. Somehow it's not caused an accident quite yet. The two teammates rubbed and got Yepez into the wall, but they all keep going straight. We're still green for now. Miller's out front, Lynn looking on him. Jericho's looking on Glitcher's looking on Lynn. Luckily the 36 cleared, or else that would have been 4 wide. Oh my gosh, this is chaos. Keyshawn Richardson to the bottom 3 wide. Heads up from Anthony Hernandez in the 48 car. 36 moves out in front. Behind, look at this stack up as the 17 tried to get beneath the 19. Almost got to the 42 in the process. Yeah, I mean, you have to know if you're at the front of this field or even towards the back of it, something big could happen here in just a few laps as Lynn moves back out front of the 36. Keyshawn Richardson for second. Hernandez come with them. The pack now mostly double file. Some 3 wide a little bit further back. Definitely would want to take the double file over the 3 wide. Kukulon's one up top. Yepez and Mills going to back out to give Kukulon room. Great move by the 13 Yepez right there. Already in the wall. Just a few laps to go. Doesn't want to get punched to the wall or in a crash again. The rest of the cars starting to just kind of filter through here. Luke Rainey moved up nice in the bottom. Has up for Jay Reno. Those two finished 1-2 in the championship last season. Randall to lift or else they would have gotten 4 wide. So great move by the 53. A little bit of respect shown right there. 3 wide towards the front. This is just inside the top 5. Levi Shones as Keyshawn Richardson moves out in front of the 43. Shones still powering his way through. Almost contact behind with Burrow, Galloway, and Miller. They all got out of it just fine though. Keyshawn Richardson now out front. Anthony Hernandez, the 48, now looking on the 43 of Keyshawn Richardson. Chris Jericho looking on Levi Shones with a nice run off turn number 2, and Griffin Lynn still staying tough inside the front 3. Jordan Stout, a great run on the outside, almost got clear of the 3 wide, but now is up top 3 wide again as Anthony Hernandez moves out in front over Keyshawn Richardson on this lap of the Nationwide 400 here at Texas. So Hernandez now leads in the 48. Griffin Lynn coming back for second. Behind, it's 3 wide for 5th place. Jake Galloway low on Shones and Stout. And looking even lower comes Jay Randall. That's 4 wide off turn number 2. Can they make it work? Rubbing it around goes Levi Shones. In front of the pack. Will anyone else get collected? They all go to the outside. Now it's going to be a massive crash on the top side. Lots of cars involved as they all try to miss on the top side. TJ Hanley, Jonathan Buford, and others are involved. Ruiz is in it. He gets hit again. Zidell and Sampson, Evans and Yepez. Maybe Kukulon as well. Yellow flag is up for the second time at the midpoint. Yep, 8 Riley Spurgeon got some damage. That was a big one. It all happened towards the front. We knew that, we were talking about the lid was getting ready to boil off, and right there it boiled over for sure. And this is going to take some drivers out. Brandon Bill got into it at the end along with Cole Luigi. Samet Oskin, all sorts of damage. Hunter, all sorts of damage. Max Rossi, 47 of Mills. I mean, that's taken out a good chunk of the field here at Texas. And the Texan Hanley will not be able to win at his home track of the Texas Motor Speedway. That car looks like it's probably going to be taken to the garage. An unfortunate issue for TJ Hanley, as it looks like he was possibly involved in the secondary crash as cars slid up the racetrack, got into the wall, and kind of clogged the outside where everyone was trying to get going. So the second yellow flag is out here at Texas. Anthony Hernandez, the 48 with the race lead. Let's go see what happened. A big one into turns 3 and 4. This is a classic Texas crash with the with the reconfiguration, the repaint that happened a few seasons ago. A car slides up and there are 3 wide, so then Randall shoots to the inside thinking the 17's not out there, but then they get 4 right off the corner. There's no room. Galloway and Randall are going to rub. They're able to save their cars, but Shones gets rubbed up into Jordan Stout. Nowhere for those two to go. Around goes Levi Shones. In all this, the first car to go around, is actually the one that gets the least amount of damage out of all this. The crash happens with the stack up. You can see Shones right there, never hit in the 4 car. He's going to be just fine to continue on as long as he doesn't get involved with anything else that happens ahead. It's a stack up that kind of happens with the 20 and the 41 that really causes this accident. Yeah, so right here, really, at this moment, it's only going to be the 4 and the 17 involved. Everyone behind did a great job, like Miller and Burrow right there, Luke Rainey. But right here, cars get run over. They're into the wall hard, and it's on from there. They're just cars getting launched around. Look at all this. A lot of carnage. And then others come flying in, like the 11 to 51. I mean, there were just cars everywhere. You can see Schoen's getting around the outside of it. I think he's going to be just fine to continue on. There's the damage to the 54 for Luigi. Oh, Schoen's actually got into what's called Luigi right there. So he was actually going to be, I think he's still going to be fine, but he was going to get some positions other, you know, now he got caught up in that. But right here, here's this pack. And I think Fitzwater is the only one of these drivers to actually not get involved. Oh, yeah, right there. I don't know if Fitzwater even did get involved, but he got involved the least amount possible, I guess you could say. As there was a lot that happened here in turns 3 and 4. I mean, look at this. Cars are spinning up ahead, and you're going to have to watch, you know, Max Rossi, Keegan Thompson, 20's checking up, 41 runs into him, Miller gets run over by Yepes, Evans nowhere to go, Malachi Rodriguez, there's Buford getting spun around, Ruiz, Hanley into it, there's the 11, the 54, oh, Rossi on his side, after getting hit by Brandon Beal. Yeah, a lot happened. There's the 6 of Oskin, he's done. Lots of cars involved. But in all that, 48, Anthony Hernandez, he's the race leader under the second yellow flag. We have under 20 laps to go here at Texas. Car number 48 looking to get it done again at the Texas Motor Speedway with Hernandez behind the wheel.
And I'm hungry like the wolf.
Coming back to the green flag here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Restart on lap number 25. This crash definitely has taken some drivers to the garage area. They include Brandon Beal, Cole Luigi, Evan Hunter, and Samet Oskin. So 3 of the cars that were damaged in the first crash out. We still have 38 cars left running, but a lot of the damage, like the 51, 24, the 20 was on his side, the 22, the 37, the 1, the 47, the 4 some damage, the 66, 16, 95, 42. There are a lot of cars with a good amount of damage, so we'll see how they do on this restart. The 48 Hernandez leads the way. Griff Lynn is now second. Keyshawn Richardson third. Jay Randall fourth. Jake Galway's fifth. His teammate Chris Jericho in sixth. Noah Clifton seventh. Jordan Stout again to the wall in that yellow is now eighth. Burrow ninth, and a great point by Luke Rennie moves him up inside the top 10 in car number 2. We're back going at Texas, and a great restart for second and third place. They lead fourth on back, and they have a run onto the 48. There we go. Lynn to the inside for the lead. Not a good restart all for the 48 of Anthony Hernandez. He got schooled by Griff Lynn on that one. The 36 can move back out front. Lynn now leads off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. But Keyshawn Richardson now looking to the inside of the 36. He wants the race lead. He's looking. He'll get down to the inside. Keyshawn Richardson now out in front. And here comes Jay Randall, last season's runner-up to the championship. Randall pushing. He's pushing Richardson clear. Now he might have a shot for the lead into turn 1. Richardson drives it in deep but slides up. Jay Randall backs it up and gets a nice exit. But maybe Jericho a better exit. The 18 to the bottom, 3 wide. Chris Jericho for the race lead, 3 wide. His teammate Jake Galway's nearest pusher on the inside lane. Jericho 3 wide to the front. He's clear. Now Galway 3 wide to the inside for second. Here comes Jake Galway. He's up to second at the start finish line. Car number 19. It's JGR 1-2. Jordan Stout moving nice in the inside even after getting to the wall. Galway trying to keep his teammate Jericho out in front. Randall, a nice steaming run on the outside. Richardson almost clipped by Hernandez a little bit further back. But a great job everyone getting out of that just fine. Luke Rennie pushing Marshall Burrow on the inside. Luke Rennie wanted to get to the front looking for a good result in this season. Jericho out front by a few car lengths as they keep battling for a second. Galway can't clear Randall quite yet. Hernandez looking to get to the bottom. Clifton filled that hole right there, sliding up the racetrack. It looks like they might be 4 wide again on corner exit. Hamill shoving Clifton up into Hernandez, and they somehow get it back down to 3 wide before 4 wide caused an accident. 3 wide with Luke Rainey now in the 2 down to the inside on Burrow and Lynn. The 36 again shuffled on this restart after passing on the first lap after the restart for the lead. Jordan Stout's a nice run coming here in the 17. That wall damage not affecting him at all. It may have even made the car faster. He's looking for third now. Jake Galway. As Randall tries to get to Chris Jericho, they break away from the battle back behind. Noah Clifton's car really hung on the bottom lane well in that double zero. Get a nice push from Derek Campbell through all this. They're moving up nicely, looking for top 5 spots. Clifton trying to push Stout clear so they can get to the front 2 who have pulled away. Luke Rainey on the outside almost gets to the wall. Great job keeping it out. Griff Lynn moving back on the inside with a nice run with Keyshawn Richardson coming behind him as well. And Riley Spurgeon has rear end damage to the 8 car, but look at how fast that car is going. It's not affecting him one bit. He's now on the bottom of 3 wide. Hernandez to the middle, getting a nice run the 48. We'll have to lift to let Marshall Burrow get clear of that. For the lead, here comes Randall on Jericho. He got the run using the draft, and that car may be looking better at this stage of the race. They're side by side. The longer they stay side by side, the more third on back will run them down. At the stripe, Jay Randall leads with 11 laps to go at Texas. But you can see everyone behind single file. They're going to catch fast, especially if Jericho fights this battle right here. He's going to let Randall go for now. Galway climbs the banking, and Stout to his inside makes some contact with the 19 and forces by Jake Galloway. Jordan Stout being aggressive in the 17, showing the muscle. Jericho crossover back to the inside of Rando. Back around to 10 laps as he go in the Nationwide 400. Side by side again for the lead, and this time Jericho leads the lap. The last 3 laps had 3 different leaders. Jericho, Rando, Jericho. Stout in third is closing in. Rando back clear, but has a nice run on the top of turn 2. Will Jericho block, or will he defend the inside? He'll block, and now gives Rando the bottom. And it's another crossover between these two. Galway for third on Stout. Maybe not liking the fact he got rubbed up while getting passed by the 17. And Rando is now back clear of Jericho. So the last 4 laps have gone to Jericho and Rando in a pattern. Jericho, Rando, the 3 leaders of the 4 leaders of the last 4 laps. And now this time Rando might be able to keep it this lap. Got a nice run through 1 and 2. Got away from Jericho. Is now under fire from Jake Galloway and Jordan Stout. They're 3rd and 4th. 5th place now Keyshawn Richardson. Luke Brady up to 6th. The battle's on for 7th. It's 3 cars. Hamill up the track. In the middle, it's Ryan Wilson. Down low, the 48 of Hernandez. Behind them comes Riley Spurgeon, Griffin, Lynn, Farrett, Longwell, Max Rossi on pit road. Mick Marola's trying to come back. Bronson Minnick, Anson and Charlebois. How about Aaronson Reed, Jeff Bright even? A lot of cars trying to get to the front at the right time. We're in the final 10 laps, so it's the time to go now. Jay Rando leads over Chris Jericho, Jake Galloway, and Jordan Stout. Will it stay like that? Or will some others start to make their way to the front of the field at just the right time? Some faces we haven't talked about, maybe at the front of the field. We have Rossi coming off pit road, and these guys going through 1 and 2, so it looks like he's slow enough to where he's not going to be a factor of the front runners, but might be a factor back here as they're 3 wide. It looks like he might just kind of merge into the back of this pack, and yeah, he took it easy on the apron to make sure he kind of entered at the back. Yeah, he'll be right behind, the 41, the 3, who were kind of straggling as was. So great job by Rossi there, making sure he didn't really play up too big of an impact in that one. Back up to the front, the battle's on for second between teammates. Jake Galloway inside of Chris Jericho, going for second place. They're trying to now run down Jay Randall, climbs the racetrack through 1 and 2. Galloway cleared second, moves up in front of teammate Jericho to give him the tow to keep clear of the 17 of Jordan Stout. And they're catching the 42 of Sebastian Kukulon as Jericho wants to pass Galloway back, but here comes Randall into the 42. Will he be able to get around cleanly? We've seen crash happen around the outside of turn 4. Randall somehow got through. Oh, but Jericho's gonna go. Oh, Galloway got put into the wall and all that. Galloway into the wall, but gets by the 42. The outside, the place to be for now, but now Kukulon slides up and it might give Stout the inside advantage. Galloway goes really wide, reaching up to him and by him possibly. And Randall's loving it. He's pulling away. Jericho halted by Kukulon. Yeah, nowhere for the 18 to go in this regard. That was just misfortune. The 42 was low. The 18 went high, and then the 42 went high. Yeah, Jericho has to try and get down right there, possibly. Oh, 21 burrow to the wall. Jericho still can't get down. Tough break for the 18. Now Randall's pulled away. Look at the gap he has. Next lap traffic is his teammate Fitzwater. Stout now to second. Hernandez looking for third. Richardson should be able to maybe keep that spot as Stout plays a protective line into turns 3 and 4. Actually allows that 48 to get inside the 43. There's Randall, the gap he has. Jericho's still caught behind. Oh, they're going to wreck. We have 2 into the grass. Spurgeon coming way back up. Somehow, I think everyone's going to filter through for now. Wow, that could have been really bad for Riley Spurgeon. He came back up with such a sharp angle. Was able to control it. Longwell got damage in that, the 62. Back up to the front. Here's Randall coming back to 2 to go, 3 miles. His teammate Tucker Fitzwater Sr. is the lap traffic in front. Stout trying to run the 53 down, but he needs lap traffic interference to have a shot. The Brights back there getting close to 9, the 88. Yeah, I wanted to make sure they weren't going to hit. I think they kept it off each other just fine. 2 laps to go. Stout still second. Rando, I think maybe just backing it down to make sure it doesn't catch Fitzwater. Yeah, I don't think he wants to catch that 51. He knows he has a gap, so as long as he doesn't catch the 51, he has control of this race. Last lap for Jay Rando, the runner-up in the championship last season, looking for his first win of this season. Through 1 and 2. Nice and calm. I mean, look at Fitzwater still a good bit up the road, so Rando's not having to push this down the back straightaway. Battles for second. Hernandez looking low on the 17 of Stout. Into turns 3 and 4 for Jay Rando. Lap traffic played just to his hand. He broke away, got the gap, and never looked back. Jay Rando wins the Nationwide 400 at the Texas Motor Speedway. For second, Hernandez beats Jordan Stout. And it was a great day for the 53 team as they win the Nationwide 400 at Texas. Jay Rando is back on top and could possibly be redemption from losing the championship last season. He could possibly get it done this season with how good he started out so far in these first 4 races. He might have a shot at getting back into the chase and trying to get that championship. Let's go see the finish results and the points look after the 4th race of the season. The first leg of the Texas two-step is complete. Here are the finish results from the Nationwide 400 at the Texas Motor Speedway. 2 caution flags for 8 laps here today, and 10 lead changes among 7 different drivers. And leading the most laps here today, Jay Brando reigns supreme. Lap traffic played just to his liking. He wins, leading 11 of the 41 laps. Anthony Hernandez, so close, does get second on the last lap. Jordan Stout ends up falling to third on the last lap. Keyshawn Richardson, Luke Rennie have good days in 4th and 5th. Aronson Reed, very quiet day for him, ends up in 6th place at the end of all of it. Jake Galloway was up front for a lap. Never got to lead lap though, but 7th place right where he started. That will enable him to keep the points leading at number 19. Griffin Lynn, 8th place. He led 5 laps early on. Ryan Wilson in 9th, and Derek Himmel completes the top 10 in the number 15. Look down here. Chris Jericho led 5 laps. Unfortunately, got caught by the lap car of Sebastian Kukulon. Did a great job recovering, though. He got caught outside the top 20, but battled up inside the top 15 in those last 2 or so laps. So just showed the strength of that 18 car, but unfortunately caught by lap traffic and couldn't recover from that. Diego Lopez also tied for leading the most laps. He led 11 from pole position. It was the first 11 laps, and once he lost the lead, never saw it. Andrew Miller also led lap at 26th. Nice cars down here were involved in that massive crash and were slightly off the pace. And you look at, Kukulon fell lap down. Laura Chung retired at the end of the race. A tire issue on the 66. Max Rossi was 2 laps down, but that was because of pit issues. And then 39th on down to 42nd. Oskin Hunter, Luigi Beal out from crashes. Let's now go see the points. Here are the point standings after race number 4 here. Texas, Jake Galloway still comfortably on top. The only driver to finish top 10 in 3 of the 4 races. He leads by 38 over Jay Rendo, closes in 2nd. Anthony Hernandez is now 3rd. Keyshawn Richardson is 4th, and Zachary DeLello completes the top 5. You have Clifton Burrell, Eli Bright, Yepez, and Luke Rennie, last season's champion, moves up inside the top 10 with his first top 5 and top 10 finishes of the season. Riley Sampson, as mentioned, very consistent this season. 11th place in points for him. Cole Luigi down to 14th now, so our 500 champion not having the best of seasons so far. Besides the first 2 races, it's been dismal at Denver and now Texas. He's now down into a wild card spot. The other one going to Riley Sampson, 11th in points, because Special Kukulon not so good at days. He's down once again beneath the top 20. He's actually fallen now even further, down to 32nd with that win, so he really needs something to go his way. Brad Smith, 2 poles to start the season. Jordan Stout, another pole sitter, down here beneath the top 20 in points. And we look down here, some of the big names that are down lower in points, like, Griffin Lynn down 31st. Obviously, Kukulon mentioned. Riley Spurgeon to Max Rossi, Jeff Bright and Jonathan Beeford, Evan Hunter, Anson and Charles Bois. Mills also down here. So lots of big names, a lot of winners and champions down towards the bottom of the points and looking to rebound after these bad first 4 races for them. But the second step of the Texas two-step is getting ready to get underway as we go racing at the Texas World Super Speedway for the Pennzoil 400. I'll see you guys then.